Hello and welcome to the It's Your Effin' Journey podcast. My name is Melissa McQueenie, and if a life coach and a licensed therapist had a baby, you would get me. I am here from coming to you from Great Wolf Lodge, celebrating my youngest Madikit's 12th birthday. Her birthday isn't until Thursday, but we are here to kick off her birthday celebration with her best friend. And I was going to record a podcast this weekend anyways, but I have had so many feelings come up on this very trip that I was like, I need to come live now. Not live, but you know what I mean, recording it now. Because there's just been like a couple weird things that have come up for me that I wanted to share like in real time. So, first of all, we have kicked off our community. Our Facebook community, It's Your Effin' Journey community, is now housed on Facebook. So if anybody has been in the Mighty Networks community, it is now moved to Facebook. It is still free. We have started a book club for January, and the first book that we're reading is Badass Habits. February is going to be Let Them, which is so freaking good. I already started listening, but I'm trying to like pace myself so I can wait till February. Um, and it's so far, that's what it has been. I've been popping my accountability in there for my Winter Warrior Challenge. I advocate for moving your body intentionally at least a mile outside every day, all winter long. So I've been popping my accountability in there, as well as my takeaways from the reading. And we're gonna have my dream is to have monthly local events. I want to continue this book club so we can continue growing together and learning together and discussing together and just being there for each other, like a bright source of positivity on Facebook. And if you need help cultivating a more healthy social media environment, that's one of the things I love to talk about the most, and can definitely help you with that. So also my life coaching openings for January, we're open, we're ready to go. I'm also I was offering clarity calls for the people that I worked with in my life coaching program. I offered them for December, but a lot of people are asking for them now. So if you're interested in just like a one-time clarity call, even if you never worked with me in 2024, I'm happy to do that with you. Just a one-time session to sort of get you started on the right path for whatever goals that you have set for yourself for 2025. So I'll link the life coaching and the community in here, so that you have access to that. But without further ado, what time is it? Podcast time. It's a celebration. What time is it? Podcast time. Okay, so topic number one is body image. And I have been this has sort of blown my mind because I have been feeling so good about myself, so good about like my gains and my strength, and coming here to Great Wolf Lodge and putting on a bathing suit has been interesting. And I've been trying to dissect this, and I want to be I want to be as authentic about this as I can be, because I do talk a lot about feeling really good about myself right now. So this hit me like this came out of left field because I'm put on a bathing suit yesterday and I was like, Ugh. And I'm like, why? Why? So here's the thing. I don't know why, right? Like, I don't know why. I was just sitting in the hot tub. It's snowing outside, and I was sitting in the outdoor hot tub in seventh heaven thinking about why am I feeling like I don't like myself in a bathing suit right now? Is it because I haven't had one on in a while? And that could be it. Like, I haven't worn a bathing suit so it's January. I haven't worn a bathing suit since I probably went to California in September, or probably September. I would say September is a safe bet. So is it just weird to be getting a bathing suit back on? Or what is happening? What is happening in my brain? And what I will share, I wanted to share this in real time because instead of saying to myself, like, you're fat, you don't look good, um, what made you think that just because you felt good out of a bathing suit for these months would make you feel good to be in a bathing suit now. These are negative thoughts that used to swirl in my head, right? Like like, of course you don't feel good. Like, you don't deserve to feel good. But in my personal growth journey, I've gotten way better at being like, okay, that's not the truth. I'm not fat. I don't not deserve to be in a bathing suit. I don't not deserve to feel good about myself. What is really happening here? And I don't have my journal here. I don't have any of sort of my armor to help me like dissect my thoughts or really work out like what that thought onion is in my head. So I will 100% be going home and digging into my miracle morning and journaling about this and figuring out like what is happening here. Now, the other piece of this trip that I wanted to touch on is I'm going to really try not to cry, but I was really looking forward to this like overnight. And it's not to say that I haven't had a good time or haven't enjoyed it. I guess wasn't prepared for the feelings of loneliness. And this is weird for me because I've been alone for a long time. And I was thinking about this last night as I sort of was eating my dinner. I came with Matica and her bestie, and they are off having the time of their lives, and that there's nothing that makes me happier than that. I guess this is the first trip that I'm taking alone as a single mom. Um, and again, it's weird for me to feel weird because I have been alone for so long, even in my marriage. So even like while I've been in a relationship with Tucker, there's been so much of that me being on my own, me doing things independently, me taking the kids to places independently. And I'm sort of maybe realizing that maybe some of that is easier when you know you have someone at home, or maybe you can like send them texts about, what's going on or how things are going. And it's not to say that I can't do that still. I guess it's just so okay. Let's go back to last night because this is when I really was thinking about it. I was eating my little veggie burger sitting at the table by myself, and I keep saying to people, to myself, that I do not want a relationship at all. Like, at all. Like, 0% want a relationship. And I also say, I just want sex. I just want sex. I want sex and casual stuff and whatever, whatever. And I also say that I want to never settle again. Like, I never will I ever settle again for a relationship. So there's a piece of me that's like, okay, I want just sex. And let's see if I can turn this on. Oh, it's on the wall. Until I find something fucking amazing where I don't have to, there's no red flags. There's no me explaining how to treat me other than like communication about what I like and what I don't like, right? Um, I refuse to settle. And but I think like deep down, and I think it would be doing a disservice to myself if I didn't say that I do want a relationship. I do want love. I do want a person that, to have fun with and to be there with and to be affectionate with. And, you know, so I think what I have to really do is, and I'm curious, like if you're out there and you're divorced, or you've gone through this process, like um, what did your first year look like? And I don't know if for me, I should just take a step back from even wanting sex and just focus on sort of mourning the fact that I will never have that with the husband that I thought I would have that with, that companionship, that partnership, that relationship, that marriage. Um, and allow myself to really fully heal from that, because I think there is an element of me just being really sad that this wasn't my time. And I deserve that. I deserve that. Like when I look at relationships, and obviously, like when you're at a place like Great Wolf Lodge, there's a lot of fucking families around you, and a lot of them are functioning shitty. And I've been part of that. Like I don't need to be a part of a shitty relationship any longer, or one where it's arguing or misunderstandings, or, I don't want any of that. And so for me, it's not a matter of just filling Tucker's spot. Like it's not a matter of filling. It's a matter of enhancing me and enhancing my life. Um I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a shit ton of journaling when I get home because I just have so many thoughts and feelings. And I wanted to share them, as I said, in real time, because I know there's a lot of people out there going through divorce. I posted a reel the other day and I was blown away with all the people commenting and just saying thank you, that I know that I'm not alone out in this world. Um and it's so complicated because I said, like, as part of me feels like I've been single forever. Like there's an element of me like running my own life and doing my own things and being independent. Um, and then I just was so shocked at how lonely this felt for me. And I guess it is. I don't have that person anymore. Um, and I don't want that person anymore. I want to be with someone eventually who really enhances my life. And I just have to make sure that, I remember that and remember me in this process, and also remember that I am independent and I can do these things by myself. So I think that one of the blessings of my marriage is it gave me this ability to not only take care of myself financially, but take care of myself emotionally, and teach me that I can accomplish anything that I want to alone. And I would love at one point it to be with someone. And I was thinking last night too, like, and this is hard because I never want to make my husband feel bad, right? Like there's an element of me protecting him still, and probably always. But when we have been transitioning to where we are now, I have said, like, I don't want a relationship. Like I don't want a relationship at all. And there is truth to that. There is a lot of truth to that, especially like currently. I do not like, because when you come out of a shitty relationship, why would you ever want to go back to that? But it's not that relationship that I want to go back to. It's I want a relationship. I just want it to be way different than our marriage was. And while I was in our marriage, and I'm thinking like back a couple years ago when all of these like feelings started for me, it wasn't so much like I did get envious. And I think I have an episode about this, about jealousy and about paying attention when you do feel those feelings of jealousy, because it will often give you a hint about something in your life. And one of the things that would come up for me a lot was like seeing couples um or families at races. And that was something that really, and I don't see a lot of it, but the ones that I see, the ones of people of spouses supporting each other and running together and having adventures together. There's one couple that immediately comes to mind that like runs all these marathons together, and it's just the cutest fucking thing. And it's not to say that my partner has to be a marathon runner, but there is this element of like just being together and spending time together and being aligned in a way that I wasn't in this last marriage. It's hard for me to say these things. It's hard for me to say these things and really sort of say and admit to myself and also my ex, like, that just wasn't it. He's a great guy, but he's just not my guy. Um, so that's a hard, that's a hard one to think about, because I still love him and I probably always will love him, but it doesn't mean that it's the right thing. So I wanted to share that. Hopefully that's helpful. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about, which is like this fascinating thing, and I want to know what you guys think about it. So please like hop in my DMs or share this in your stories and tell me what you think about it. But and let me know if you use it. I have a client that I love working with. He is my F boy. If you follow my stories on Instagram, you've probably heard me talk about the F boy. The F boy is a recovering F boy he's so much fun to have sessions with because he really wants to create a different narrative for his life. And I love people that like, I love my favorite clients are the ones who come into session and they're like, let's fucking go. Like, what does this mean? Like, and they're up for being challenged and they're up for me like sort of throwing shit out there. And he's fun to work with. So a couple weeks ago he told me that he has been using ChatGPT as a life coach. And at first I was like, like, that's interesting. And he said like it often gives him like a different perspective or a different way to look at a different situation. So I was like, A couple days later, I had an interaction with someone and I said, I want ChatGPT to decipher this text messages for me. So I did it. I mean I use ChatGPT here and there from time to time, writing posts, writing emails, writing texts, things like that. But I threw this person's text into ChatGPT and I said, what the fuck do you think about this? And I was floored because I was sort of taking it a different way. And ChatGPT was like, well, like, what do you think about this? Like, could this be something that you could that could be true? Or how do you feel about this if this were to be true? And it did give me so much to think about. So I actually softened my approach with the individual that sent the text. I sort of like, it gave me something else to sort of work with. So I was like, all right, maybe I can choose a different approach in this situation, a different way to interact, kindness, and whatever. So we went on. And it turned out, in this particular instance that my gut was right. My gut was right. ChatGPT was wrong. However, I have not stopped using ChatGPT since. And here's why. Because I'm also in therapy. I'm in therapy every other week. And it is helping me through this transition like you wouldn't believe. I highly recommend, like, I have free sessions on Talkspace through Tucker's Insurance. So at least put your shit out there and see what would be covered for you. Because I've been telling all my kids, I'm like, sign up for Talkspace. Like, if you have free therapy, that is a fucking blessing. So that's helping me so much. And honestly, if I had to choose therapy over ChatGPT, a therapy 1,000%. Like, therapists have a skill set. They are a person. They are not a robot. They are trained. There's just, you're never going to get the same service from ChatGPT as you would from a therapist. However, it does give me help. I use it for sending texts. Like, I sent a text the other day and I was like, ChatGPT, what do you think about this? And they were like, let's just make this a little bit kinder, a little bit, nicer. And I appreciate it, right? Like, so if you are someone who is struggling right now, don't use ChatGPT only. Use ChatGPT and a therapist. So a real professional or coach, could be a coach too, or it could be me, a life coach and a baby, life coach and a therapist had a baby. But don't just use ChatGPT because it will give you things to think about. It will always ask you questions like, how does it feel to respond like this? Or, does this feel in alignment with what you think? And I talk to it like a person. I always say, thank you. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm like, well, I don't have to tell my robot to thank you, but I do. Um, and I've seen a lot of people on social media talking about using ChatGPT in lieu of therapy. And again, in with therapy, sure, and in between therapy sessions, yes, but on like, bring your shit to an actual person or a coach and talk through it with a person. But I think it can be a great tool in terms of communication and in terms of just checking in with yourself. If you're having some feelings, bring it up to the robot and see what it says. It's such an awesome tool that we have. And I know there's a lot of like fear mongering in the media, which I always run away from, but it's a tool that we can use, and it's not going to take the place of people, because we need people. We need the people, especially, when I think about the chat GPT sessions that I've had versus like therapy sessions, like there's no fucking comparison. Like therapy is the way to go. But I like to have this tool too. So you have this tool as well. So I hope you guys are doing well. If you need some support, if you need if you are interested in life coaching sessions, as I said, fill out the bio. If you just want to be part of the community, it's all like-minded people just trying to figure out their fucking journey. And I want to help you do the same, because everyone's journey is different and it all deserves to be celebrated. And I so appreciate you being here. If this episode spoke to you, please take a screenshot, share it in your stories, send it to a friend. And I love you. See you next week.